Hey guys, let's get more news about Steelers, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Steelers Troy Fautanu working emphatically to return from knee injury as soon as he can, Pat Meyer says. The Pittsburgh Steelers were so impressed by rookie Troy Fautanu that they pushed him into the starting lineup despite missing time due to a knee injury. The only problem is he injured his knee again after his first start. He will reportedly miss the rest of the season, with a chance of returning for the playoffs. On Wednesday, OL coach Pat Meyer provided an update on Fautanu. He's obviously right now rehabbing his knee and working at it, he said, via the Steelers website. I've seen him in the training room. He's working at it emphatically to get back as soon as he can. He's just driven that way. That's the way he's built. The Steelers selected Troy Fautanu with the 20th overall pick in the 2024 NFL Draft. They didn't plug him into the starting lineup immediately, respecting Broderick Jones as the veteran. After injuring his knee in the first quarter of the first preseason game, he did not practice again until the lead-up to the regular season. While Fautanu got himself up and running for the season opener, he did not play, despite dressing. The following week, however, the Steelers made the switch, demoting Jones and starting Fautanu. They planned to rotate Jones, but he struggled so much in his snaps that Fautanu played most of the way. Troy Fautanu played admirably in his debut, though not without some obvious rookie mistakes. Unfortunately, a knee injury suffered in practice the following week robbed him of the opportunity to address them. But he is determined to get back onto the field as soon as possible, even if the timeline is not optimistic. He's driven to get back and doing that. In terms of just seeing how he handled himself on and off the field and his work ethic, Meyer said of Fautanu. Those young guys that we brought in, their mindset, their mentality, their love of the game, their passion for the game. I just knew that he would maybe pick things up quicker than some other guys. Troy Fautanu is one of 3 rookie offensive linemen to start for the Steelers this season. Second-round seed Zach Frazier earned a starting job immediately. Though he missed the past 2 games, he expects to return after the bye week. 4th-round G. Mason McCormick has also replaced R.G. James Daniels after the latter suffered a season-ending injury. Previously, he started one of 4 games missed by LF Isaac Seumalo. It seems likely that the Steelers will have all 3 2024 draft picks in the starting lineup next season. Frazier will be back soon, and McCormick is obviously fine. The only question is whether we see Fautanu again this year. And whether or not he plays will likely be determined by how Broderick Jones performs. If he picks up his play following the bye, they may leave Fautanu in reserve. Cheat sheet: Steelers at the bye are 6-2, with one of their losses coming at home and one on the road. They've yet to play a divisional game, but Pittsburgh is 4-1 in AFC games. The Steelers are on a 3-game winning streak, which is the 4th highest in the league behind Kansas City, 7, Detroit, 5, and Green Bay, 4. Are currently leading the AFC North and would be the number 3 seed if the playoffs started this week. No matter what happens next week, the Steelers will still be atop the AFC North standings. Have a plus 68-point differential. That is behind only Buffalo in the AFC and is 4th best in the league, just 1 point behind Washington, the Steelers' next opponent. Only the Lions, Bills, and Commanders have a better points per drive discrepancy than Pittsburgh. Have scored 5 more touchdowns than their opponents as well as posting 381 more rushing yards. Have an average time of possession of 31:42, 7th best in the league. In their away games, that shoots up to 32:43. Own the NFL's second-best turnover differential at plus 10. Only the Bills are better. Only the Packers have more takeaways, and only the Vikings have more interceptions. Pittsburgh's 5 giveaways are better than every team except the Commanders, Bills, and Chargers. The Steelers are one of 3 teams to have thrown just 1 interception this season. have gotten a first down via an opponent's penalty 21 times compared to just 7 given by Pittsburgh. 3 potential WR trades the Pittsburgh Steelers can pull off before trade deadline. The Pittsburgh Steelers are reportedly in on 3 wide receivers. Sportskeeda's Tony Pauline said the Steelers are monitoring Denver Broncos wide receiver Courtland Sutton, New York Giants wide receiver Darius Slayton, and New York Jets wide receiver Mike Williams for potential trades. With those names in mind, if the Steelers want to acquire them, here are 3 theoretical trades that could get it done. Broncos get Steelers 2025 second-round pick. Steelers get WR Courtland Sutton, Broncos 2025 fourth-round pick. To acquire Sutton, the Steelers will have to overpay. For one, the Broncos turned down the 49ers' offer of a third-round pick before the season. There is zero indication that it would move off that price, especially at 5-3 and surging. I am skeptical the Steelers would even be able to pull this off, but they would get some value back in that fourth-round pick. A second-round pick seems way too rich for a player like Sutton. He is a good player, but he is not worth that much, even if he fits into the Steelers' long-term plans as a player who could stay in Pittsburgh for multiple seasons. Consider this one more of a pipe dream because of the cost and where the Broncos sit in the AFC hierarchy. Giants get Steelers 2025 5th and 7th round picks. Steelers get WR Darius Slayton. The Steelers could try to get creative and use conditions on one of these picks, but they cannot escalate that 5th-round pick to a 4th-round pick due to the Justin Fields trade and its parameters. So, instead, they throw in a 7th-round pick to sweeten the pot a bit. The Steelers have 3 7th-round picks in the 2025 NFL Draft, so giving up one of those is little harm, and this will exceed anything the Giants will end up getting for Slayton as a compensatory pick. Will Slayton and the Giants go to the negotiating table, or are the Giants just waiting to let him walk? That is the question, but if they are open to moving him via trade, the Steelers should offer a deal like this one. Jets get Steelers 2025 5th-round pick. Steelers get WR Mike Williams, Jets 2025 6th-round pick. With any late-round situation, the Steelers are in a tough spot since they do not have a 6th-round pick due to the Fields trade. Mike Williams has struggled this year, but there are multiple teams involved and the Jets do not want to give him away for free. Offering a pick swap of 5th and 6th-round picks seems like a good compromise for the Steelers that can probably outbid most other contenders for Williams. This trade still feels the likeliest out of all 3 players, as reported by Pauline. If there are other players to be had out there, someone like Adam Thielen for one of the Steelers' 7th-round picks would also make sense. And you, fan? What do you think of the situation of Courtland Sutton? Leave your opinion in the comments.